Okay, guys, welcome to the latest install guide for Tweetriser. So, a lot of things have changed since last time, which was only a week ago, but we've done a whole overhaul, not only to the website itself, but to the actual application as well. So, the install guide is pretty much the same, but there's just a few things that I want to run over just to make sure that you don't miss anything, because we've added some new features. So we've got custom message support. We've optimized, optimized the memory and the performance, and we've optimized the algorithm as well. So there's a few things I wanted to cover. I'll make it as quick as possible. It is very similar to the old one, but if you're new to this, perfect. Just watch this and everything will make sense. First thing you want to do is go over to tweetriser.com and you'll be taken to this brand new landing page. So feel free to check it out, have a look, take a look around. But you can just press any of these buttons that say get started for free or go to downloads. So press this, takes you to the download page, and you've got the basic instructions here, but just to get it installed, I'm still making this video. So you've got the old video here, so you'll see this, what you're watching now. Okay, and then that's going to download, and you're going to have a zip folder called WinBundle. So if the download link doesn't work for whatever reason, just let me know, but that should be all operational. So anyway, you're going to have your zip file, and then all you need to do is literally right click, press extract all, and you can do it in downloads. You can literally just do it here, press extract, and that'll take a second to complete. So that'll take about 20-30 seconds, and then it's going to open up all of the files that are inside here. So you can close out of downloads and you'll be inside WinBundle 05, whatever version you have, the latest one. So then once you're in here, you can just double click install, press more info, press run anywhere. It's going to do its thing. Press any key to continue. And then it's going to open up another folder, which is where it's installed everything into. So then you don't have to worry about this one. So you can kill this. And where this is located is inside this PC, being Windows C, users, and then your name, and then Tweetriser. So this is like the main folder where everything is, and then the application itself is inside here, right down at the bottom. But anyway, we'll get onto that in a second. So first thing you want to do, you'll just check, is open Dolphin Anti. So you need Dolphin Anti for this to work. You can use the free plan. It has 10 profiles. It's fine. So fire up Dolphin Anti. You can see I've got all these profiles. Some are for Tinder, but just for demonstration purposes, you want to click health at the bottom. So it's going to be red or orange. And you want to come to, it says anti-browser. And it will say Chrome and then like a number, either 121, 123, 122, whatever. Take note of that number and go back to here. Open this Dolphin Chrome version and just make sure the numbers are the same. So if it's 124, just change this to 124. Obviously 123 is good. And then just save that. If you did need to edit, close out of here. And then the next thing, yep, so we've done that. Now you want to go to Google Sheets. And this is where we are going to upload our CSV, which is a comma separated value file. So if you're not familiar with them, then it's basically just a spreadsheet in text format, and each of the columns are separated by a comma. So it's much easier to use in Google Sheets if you are unfamiliar. So just go to File, Upload, go to the folder, and you want to get Twitter profiles, this file here, and you just want to go ahead and drag that into Google Sheets, and you can replace and detect automatically. So this is where we're going to input basically all the information that's going to allow your Twitter profile to actually run and for Tweetriser to be able to interact with it. So we're going to call this exactly the same as it is here, Twitter profiles. So no spaces and capitals in the same place, TNP, Twitter profiles. And you can see up here all of the column headings. So you've got the username, password, Dolphin profile ID, which I'll get to in a second, headless, try login, and message text file. So obviously the first one is a Twitter username. So in this example, I will just put that, one of my models. I'm not going to put the password. You can set them already logged in on Dolphin beforehand. So you don't need to actually put the password, but if you want it to try a login, then you can put a password in and set this to true. But we'll just put whatever we want in there. Dolphin profile ID is going to be this. So when you make the profile, all you need to do is go select the three dots here, press edit, come here and copy this value here, go back to here and paste it in. That's how it interacts with Dolphin Anti. Headless, I'll explain what this means quickly. Headless is set to true, then it's going to run in the background. It won't even need to open it. So it's kind of like it's minimized, like that, but it's not even open. You won't even see the icon. It's just, you'll just see running on here. So you can do that if you have a lot, but to start off with, I recommend setting it as false, just so you can see it in operation, see if there's any elements where you need to interact with it to skip any like tests that it comes up with, like solving a puzzle, capture, any of that shit. Just keep it open for the first run. And if you run into minor errors when the software is running, stop it and set it to false, and then run it up again and just see what's going on. But most of the time you can set it to true and it will just run in the background. But like I said, we'll do it false for now. Try login. Again, that's if you put the password, it will take the username and the password and try and log in, but we're going to leave that false because we're going to log in prior to launching. And then message text file, this is where you can have your custom message. So right now it's set to the default, which is message.txt, and that is inside the folder. So obviously we're going to re-download this, put it back in here to replace this file, and you'll be able to see message. So it's got emojis. You can put whatever emojis you want. Obviously they don't display on Windows 10 in Notepad, but you get the idea. You can just copy them from, could go to like, I don't know what the key is to get the emoji keyboard, but you can go here if you want emojis. You get the idea. Just fucking copy them if you need them. And set your custom message. So let's say that you were using slave accounts and you wanted to target a main account. You could just do, it's my client account, client. So this is typically what people do, right? I'll do that. Don't skip me. I am very active and I check. So you can do that if you wanted to target a separate account. So let's say you had 10 slave accounts, which we have available in the agency plan. Then you can have as many as you want, all targeting one client account. Or you could have, like, you can just leave it as the default message. You can set this to whatever you want. Now, if you put like random characters in, like shit like this, then it may get mixed up in the code on the back end. So just keep it normal, keep it simple. Do you know what I mean? Like just shit like this, put emojis, but don't go too crazy and expect it to not break, because if you put weird things in, it could get weird results. So yeah, we will close that, not save it. We'll just keep it as the default, which again is this: hit my pin post, media, unhit, add me to groups, I'm very active. That's the default, and you can change whatever you want on this. Cool. Now let's say, for example, you had 5 accounts and they were all their own accounts, not targeting a client, or maybe they are targeting a different client. You could literally do copy, paste, and call this very, very simply message to. And then you can have, let's say you're targeting client number 3, for example, or you want to change this up a little bit. Whatever you want to do, you can customize this to your heart's fucking content. And all you would do is literally just do message2.txt. So it's very, very flexible, very versatile. Make sure the capitals and the spacing, make sure there's no spacing, but make sure the capitals line up and the numbers, make sure it's spelled exactly as it's referenced here. Obviously, it's not going to find it otherwise. So yeah, that is that. We're going to remove this now. So make sure you don't leave any blank space on any lines in here, because otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm going to delete that. And then all you do is go File, Download, and just press comma separated values, CSV, and it's going to download. So I'll open it in downloads, and we're going to open up our TweetRiser folder. We're going to go ahead and delete this one. It's double named it here. So if it does this, make sure you just rename it to Twitter profiles, and don't put .csv, just leave it Twitter profiles. Boom, it's already a CSV. Just drag it across. Now once it's in there, that's it. That's all you have to do. Now let's go back to the instructions. So yeah, we've done this, custom messages, and you've got the Dolphin IDs. Now when you get the Dolphin IDs, just make a note of these somewhere else, in like wherever you want, and you're going to need to send them to our support staff, so which is at TweetRiser support on Telegram, because yeah, there's a few things, like I said, I don't think I did say this, but there's a few things that you will need to supply to us on Telegram to make sure it works for your particular license. So make sure you copy the IDs for Dolphin, send them over. Perfect. So now we've got this back in, no ones or extra letters, anything like that. Exactly. Now we can open the app itself. Now, by the way, I'm running this on a VPS. I will be doing one-to-one help on how to set up a VPS and set up the software, because it runs way better on Windows. And I also recommend it on a VPS because it can just run 24/7. You don't need the physical computer open. So if you're traveling, if you're in the airport, if you're whatever the fuck you want to do, you don't need your laptop open, and you can just work on your laptop as normal. It doesn't take up any memory. It just leaves this in the background. It's dedicated. It's way better. Anyway, go back to here, go into the app folder, scroll down all the way down, and double click TwitterBot UI. More info, run anywhere. It's going to spin up the actual application, and this is where the cache is generated. So it's going to ask you for a license key. So I'm going to go ahead and create one for myself. You need to message me on Telegram after you have sent the Dolphin IDs. Either message myself or TweetRiser support, and someone will get back to you with a license key, and then you're going to put that in here. So I'm going to grab mine. Once you've got the license key, you just paste it in, and it's going to look something like this, just a string of numbers and letters. Press submit. That's going to go ahead and spin this up. And okay, this is good to note. So if you see this, only one line at the top, as opposed to two lines, but one here and one there, like under the license one, that means that it's not been added to your license. So make sure that you do send them, all of them that you need, all of the ones that are inside the CSV, so we can get that inside the license. So then what our support staff will do for you is take this and then literally just go and add it to the license. And when that's done, you can just come back and fire up the app again. And I've just got a new license here, so I'll put that in, but yours should stay the same. And there we go. So now we've got both. So now you can see both of these ready to go. So we can just go and make sure. Yep, that's all good. Press start processing. Actually, first of all, make sure Dolphin's open, and please make sure the profile is stopped and green, so it's in a starting position, ready to go. And then you can go ahead and press start processing, and it's going to fire up. So then on the UI here, you're going to see the total drops it's done. You're going to see the total runtime, and you're going to see all of the accounts listed. Now, okay, if this security alert comes up, tick private networks, tick public if it's not already, press allow access, so it can run on any network. And then, yeah, you're going to see all of the profiles listed. Obviously, you've only got one here. This countdown timer it has automatic cooldown times built in. So if you're about to get rate limited or shadow banned, it's going to stop before that happens, and it's going to pause and let the profile cool down, and you'll see a countdown timer until it's going to start its next drop again. So this is automatically built in, and the algorithm is made to keep your accounts as safe as possible. That doesn't guarantee that bans won't happen, but it is very, very safe, and it is in fact safer than a human being who's going to spam accounts. It's technically optimized to reduce massively ban rates. So you have the minor fault count, which is like the small faults it might go through. So for example, here, we're not logged in. So I should have logged it in prior to launching. So that's fine. We can just do this. Save the password, and then, yep, we're off to the races. So it will just carry on like where it needs to. So it's going to go through. You can see it in action here. So it's going to go find this profile's media. Just give it a second. So it's gone to the media tab, to the group, and it's going to put your custom message in along with a GIF. So you can see these kind of messages here. You could do that yourself, like, or this. You can have whatever you want. So this is just the default one. So change this to whatever you like. Boom, there we go. It's fired off, and now it's going to go through into the next. And yes, by the way, if it's 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5, it will abide by those rules. So it will do the second, third, fourth, fifth person up. So it's quite advanced. It's going to do exactly what a human being would do. So yeah, guys, that is it. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for joining us at TweetRiser. I appreciate your support. If this is your first time, either as a paying customer or a free trial, then I just want to say personally, thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us so early, and I appreciate your faith in us. If you have any questions, you can reach me at Jack Create on Telegram, or you can speak to the support staff at TweetRiser Support on Telegram, or you can go onto the website and go to the live chat function, which will appear just down in the bottom like that. You can just send a message. We'll get back to you ASAP. It'll probably be me. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate your time. If you have any questions, let me know. But let's get you up and running and making some cash.